eh. Let's start with genetic disorders. So do you have any idea kung saan genetics? Anyone? Or kung saan appeal sa genetics?
Like X-linked type of diseases po.
Okay, what else? What else? Sige, answer lang. The genetic is related sa heredity, doc. So, what sa mga... Okay, so, they are inherited na disorders, no? In genetics. So, not lang disorders, pero like, ang blood type nimo, okay, the color of your hair, the color of your iris. So, it has something to do with genetics. But since we are in pathology, then, ang atuang mga i-discuss are genetic disorders. Sabtan? Okay, now. Genetic disorders are diseases caused by abnormalities in the genome, either inherited or acquired mutations. So there are different types of genetic disorders. We have the single gene disorders, meaning only one gene is affected. There are chromosomal disorders like your Down syndrome or your trisomy 21. And there are conditions that are multifactorial. So they include both genetic abnormalities and mutations na acquired na through lifestyle habits. Okay, now let's go to the most common, no, in the, not in our country, no, but in the Western countries, cystic fibrosis. So this is an autosomal recessive disorder affecting the CFTR gene. So what happens in cystic fibrosis? There are dysfunctional chloride ion channels that lead to thick mucus and respiratory and digestive issues. Okay, so what are the implications of cystic fibrosis? Why do we need to understand the pathophysiology of cystic fibrosis? Hindi man kayo siya common diri sa Philippines. Because the chloride channels are problematic. So, ang effect niya is thickened ang mucus or ang secretion sa body in patients with cystic fibrosis. So, asa man nato common ma-encounter ang mucus? In the respiratory and the GI system, correct? Tama ba? So what happens pag always thick and viscous ang mucus in the lungs and in the GI?
It might
Yes.
of the airways po.
Okay. So what will happen to the airways?
The amount of air that you take in is gonna decrease po.
Okay, and then you will be prone to what? If that's the case.
Ano po?
You will be prone to what conditions? If obstructed ang airway. Tama ba akong understanding sa imong answer?
Yes po.
So what will happen?
I don't know the names.
Oh, if obstructed ang airways, what will happen?
The amount of air you take in goes down po. Or the mucus in your lungs.
Tapos, what will happen? So the level of oxygen will be low, correct ba?
Yes po.
And that will not only affect your respiratory system, but the patient.
Yeah.
Siya mismo, because oxygen is needed in almost, or in all processes, correct?
Yes po.
Tama ba? Oh. If na ay thickened, or there's an increased production of mucus, what will happen? It will lead to chronic na productive cough, correct? Because there's overproduction of mucus. What else? It can lead to recurrent lung infections. Why? Because it's thickened ang mucus, it's viscous ang mucus, then there's difficulty in what? Expectoration. Oh, you cannot just cough and then remove. You cough out the sputum. Correct? So the tendency is what? Fever-like symptoms. Yes, Mr. Baral, pag nanay infection, pwede siya mag-show with fever-like symptoms. Pero, nasabtan ba? Mag-gets ba? Makonect ba? Okay, now, what are the implications for physical therapists like you? So what, kung naa siya thick na mucus? Yes, Salinas.
Shut up lang po yan, doctor po.
Okay. So what kung increased mucus? So what kung recurrent iyang cough? Or chronic iyang cough? What can you do for the patient? Pwede ba ninyo siya i-PT? Yes or no? Meds? No, you cannot prescribe medications, Mr. Baral. You're not allowed to do that as physical therapists. Yes, ikaw alo.
Dok, napindot lang yun, Dok. Sorry po, Dok.
Sige. Wala? Wala mag-try? Yes, Gomez.
Maglisod siya sa treatment, Doc. Kaya dili siya katarong og hinga.
So, unsa na treatment? Yes.
Like sa exercises, Doc.
So, unsa? Di niya kaya? Di niya mabuhat?
Yes, Doc.
Sige.
Like
Yes,
kanang
Miss
mga
Cristina.
vigorous activities, Doc.
We can try breathing exercises po, Doc.
Good, no? So, we can give what? Respiratory exercises or more of endurance exercises, no? So, correct tong answer nila, Gomez ug ni Christine. Okay, what else can you do? Kato lang, exercises lang. So, what can you do about the kanang nagapundo na mga mucus? Hindi niya kaya mapagawas. Can you do something about that?
Antuson lang.
Yes or no?
No. Chavez.
Can you do something about that? No. Okay. Wala.
Hala, matawag si Tama-tawag.
Mubang near Terra X. Ano siya sa Kisner? Or sa Goa? Or sa Fisio? I think na-mention niya siya sa Fisio.
Sure.
Hmm? Hindi na mo ka-remember?
I don't remember learning about that po.
Tanga talaga to si
Why
Charles.
not?
Oh my God.
I don't know. I
What
don't know.
about chest physiotherapy or postural drainage? That's why i-memorize ninyo ang mga bronchopulmonary segments. Kada lobe sa lung. Remember? Yes, tapping, chest tapping. O sa layman's terms, chest tapping. What happened?
You get thickened mucus po, Doc.
DMD, tanga talaga.
Move on na good to sa cystic fibrosis. DMD na good ako.
Naga-breakdown ang muscle, Doc.
Okay.
Tanga-tanga to si
Nag-breakdown ang muscle. So, unsa implication ato para sa inyo as PT?
Pwede ba na naman? Oo. Can DMD
Doc, maybe you can't give them like too heavy exercises since if you and also it's like the amount of exercises you can give them is decreased but since they aren't able to like get bigger muscles, hypertrophy po.
Okay, so unsa ang imong long-term na goal as PT para sa patients with DMD?
Maybe just to retain their range of motion po to avoid contractures.
Okay, very good, no? So you prevent contractures, you give mobility support, and if possible, no, kung di na nila kaya on their own, no, or assistive devices. Yes, very good, Mr. Baral. Okay, next, let's go to Down syndrome. So Down syndrome is trisomy 21, meaning sa chromosome number 21 na dapat pila lang kabuok. Hello?
Dalawa.
46 normal po.
Okay, so dapat duha lang. So that's why it's trisomy because there's 3 in your chromosome 21. Okay, now what are the characteristic features of trisomy 21?
Lax or ligaments, Doc.
Tama.
Okay, lax and ligaments. What else? What about the muscles? What about the joints?
Potonya ang kanilang muscle, Doc.
Okay, very good, no? What else?
They have a flat face po and short nose.
Okay, what else? What else?
They have cognitive delays po.
Okay, very good. And what else? They also have what? Congenital heart defects, no? So for physical therapists, ang ito ang part mostly sa motor skills, correct? Balance exercises and cardiovascular fitness. Okay? Next, let's go to Marfan syndrome. So it's an autosomal dominant disorder affecting connective tissues. Okay, so there's a mutation in the fibrillin-1 gene. So si fibrillin-1 gene that's responsible for connective tissue integrity, no? So if may problem with the integrity of the connective tissues, what will be its effect to the patient's body? You try to recall, asa makita ang connective tissues?
Hindi.
The patient will have long limbs po, Doc.
Okay, long limbs, what else? So na problem in the bones, no? Okay? Di ba bone is a specialized connective tissue, correct? What else? Asa pa na problems?
Circulatory po since it's the blood. There's also connective tissue po.
Okay, what else? So kung may problem sa bones, na po yung problem sa joints, correct?
Yes.
Asa pa pwede makita ang connective tissue? Is it just sa bones?
Ligaments, Doc.
In your blood vessels, do you have connective tissue there?
Yes, Doc.
Yes po.
Okay, so you expect na what? Affected po ng blood vessels. Where else? Heart valves. And then, no? So, prone po siya to aortic aneurysm sa ang Marfan's patients. Okay? Now, kung saan implications ani for physical therapy? We have skeletal abnormalities, we have joint hypermobility, tall ang stature, long ang iyang limbs, na siya problems in the blood vessels or in the heart valve. So, unsa ang pwede ninyo mabuhat or unsa ang precautions na pwede ninyo i-take? Cardio, sige pwede. Cardio precautions, Mr. Baral. Not so much sa strengthening, more on stabilization, joint stabilization. Okay? Kuha. Okay. What else? So we have other conditions under the genetic category. We have Huntington's disease. We have sickle cell anemia. Okay, Huntington's is it's progressive neurodegeneration. So the nervous system is affected. The patient will exhibit involuntary movements plus cognitive decline. For sickle cell anemia, we have abnormal hemoglobin, di ba? Hemoglobin S ang problem, no? Murag sickle ang itsura sa red blood cell. Okay? So what happens? The patient can develop vaso-occlusive disease. And pag vaso-occlusive, meaning there's occlusion in the blood vessel. So if there's occlusion in the blood vessel, what will happen to the blood flow? What will happen to the levels of oxygen?
Baba.
So decreased blood flow, therefore mag-decrease po ang oxygen delivery, correct?
Lock.
Okay, so what will happen kung ihunana? That's what you call ischemia, correct? So kung na ischemia, unsay ma-feel ni patient?
Hindi. Pain.
Ischemia. Same sa MI. Heart attack. No? It's a severe form of ischemia. So pag mawalaan ng blood supply, ang isa ka tissue, unsay ma-feel sa patient?
Pain po, Doc.
Okay, pain. Okay? Next, let's go to disorders of infancy and childhood. So these are conditions that happen in neonates and children, including congenital, developmental, and acquired disorders. Question, who are the neonates? Or who are considered neonates?
Newly born babies po.
Until
28
4
po.
weeks. Lock. 28 days naman.
Tuja?
Go, Charles.
Are you sure? Four weeks. Ano siya atong ginagamit pag sa pediatrics? Do we use days or weeks?
Weeks po.
Weeks. So, neonatal period is from
0 to 4 weeks po.
Are you sure? Oo, na nag-answer, 28 days. Doon sa man yun, weeks or days?
Dok, kapareho lang man yan. Sampung ka.
Umala mo sa pedia, di ba? Oo, 28 days. Doon na sila. Saman.
Buang di si Barano. Sa muka tubag. Tubag na mo guys. Ano ba yan? Check ko na lang. Pwede. Nawala si Doc.
It's like your congenital hip dysplasia, your genetic disorders like your cystic fibrosis, and your perinatal conditions like your cerebral palsy. So, cerebral palsy, it's a non-progressive motor impairment due to brain damage during development. Okay, so what happens when there's brain injury during the development of the child? It will result in impaired motor control, spasticity, or dyskinesia. So the implications for physical therapists, we play a role in gait training, in giving mobility aids, and in postural management. For spina bifida, so this is a neural tube defect leading to spinal cord malformation. Okay, so the pathophysiology, there is incomplete closure of the neural tube leading to motor and sensory deficits. So for the PT implications, orthotic management, no, or adaptive equipment, and strength and mobility training. For neonatal jaundice, so this is accumulation of bilirubin causing yellowing of the skin and the sclera. So the PT implications is monitoring the neurological outcomes and early prevention or intervention for motor delays. For your HIE or our hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, so this is brain damage due to perinatal asphyxia, leading to cognitive and motor impairments. So no, there's hypoxia. It starts off with hypoxia and then ischemia will follow, okay? So the PT implications, early mobilization and neurodevelopmental techniques, no? Or ROOTS technique. Okay, what else? We have autism spectrum disorder. This is a typical neurodevelopment affecting social interaction and communication. We also have congenital heart disease, no? Structural heart anomalies affecting circulation. Okay. Let's go to environmental pathology. So this is the study of diseases caused by environmental factors such as toxins, pollutants, or lifestyle. Okay, examples. We have asbestosis due to inhalation of asbestos fibers. We have lead poisoning from contaminated water or paint, especially sa mga construction workers. And we have silicosis from inhalation of silica dust. Okay, now, what are the PT implications for when we encounter patients who are exposed to environmental toxins or pollutants? So, respiratory rehab for lung damage, especially katong mga via inhalation, no? Ang mode. We have neuromuscular re-education for lead-induced neuropathy and breathing exercises for silicosis-related lung fibrosis. So we also have mesothelioma, that's cancer of the pleura or the covering of the lung associated with asbestos exposure. And we also have carbon monoxide poisoning or hypoxia due to carbon monoxide binding hemoglobin. So if you remember from physiology, mas taas ang affinity ni carbon monoxide, no, kesa kay oxygen to hemoglobin. Now, let's go to nutritional pathology. So, these are diseases resulting from deficiencies or excess. No? So, dili lang siya deficiency. Excesses are also included. Okay, examples. For rickets, it's vitamin D deficiency. Obesity is excess calorie intake. Kwashiorkor is protein calorie malnutrition, and marasmus is severe calorie deficiency. Now, what are the PT implications for those with nutritional deficiencies or excess? We can give exercise programs for weight management for those with excesses. We can give strength training for osteoporosis prevention. Okay, so this is applicable for those with vitamin D deficiency or even calcium deficiency. And we can also give rehabilitation for malnutrition-related muscle atrophy. Okay? Okay. For pathology, I will be giving you some notes that you can scan for the midterm exam, no? Notes. When I say notes, I will not give you the full transcript of my lecture, but just the notes, no? Kanamang high yield lang na notes. Okay? And, again, please discuss for both sections kung unsa inyong gusto on April 6, if it's online or on-site. And then you let me know para makapananghid na. Okay? And then for April 8, for 2B, for our laboratory, it's on-site. So mag-meet na on April 8. Okay? So are there any questions? I will reiterate or I will repeat the midterm coverage. Okay? Infections, immune system disorders, genetic disorders, nutritional pathology, and environmental pathology. So, basically, na-discuss na nato siya tanan. Neoplasia na lang ang kulang. Any questions? Do you have any questions or do you have any clarifications?